UT Martin head coach Jason Simpson, the Skyhawks had their game postponed last week, so they'll start the season this week when they travel to rival Murray State on Sunday at 2. So, Coach, just thoughts on you were ready to play a game, but Mother Nature didn't cooperate, so you'll get to start the season this week.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to it. Man, it was tough. I know most people dealt with it. I think we went 8 straight days without being able to go outside. So, that was tough. We were born in Union City's little indoor and trying to do what we could do. So it was difficult. So we were able to get outside on Saturday. There's actually still some snow on the sidelines. So it was good to be outside Saturday, and then of course yesterday, and looking forward to today.
So I know there's a no excuses attitude and whatever, but you're all sort of behind the 8 ball and like you limited time to get ready for the season, and then you're getting ready to play and you can't practice again. So would you say, will you be at 100% ready to play on Sunday, or is 100% this spring totally different than what 100% would be in a normal year?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And of course, you saw that with Austin Peay and Tennessee Tech, and I think everybody is going to kind of be feeling your way through. It's just different. It's still, now what's fun about it is still competitive and it's still a game. You just got to figure out how to manage your way through it. And I think you'll see some cleaner football, game 2 and 3. And then as we go into the season.
That was the question I wanted to ask. I didn't know if you learned anything from watching any of that Tennessee Tech Austin Peay game and just, teams building up to where they'll be, by the end of March. It's totally different than where they are at the end of February.
No, I think so. And, you always have first game things you have to work through and, but, hopefully, us having one more week, the continuity of, me being here a long time, hopefully there's a lot of carryover that, a lot of not newness, but, you always talk about, beating the game. And, I think that applies even more this year in the spring season.
Well, you talk about your familiarity with your team in the league. So your opponent, new to his school, but obviously you've competed with him before. So talk about Coach Hood being at Murray State.
I think the world of Dean. I consider him a good friend and an outstanding coach, and competed against him, many years. And when he was at Eastern Kentucky, and they were certainly the standard of the league. And it's so not only is it ever difficult to go against his teams, but you go in the first game and you hadn't seen any tape on them, so that's going to be even a tougher challenge.
When we talked about that a little bit last week, teams haven't played. But since he is a new coach, do you expect, some of the things he did at EKU to maybe prepare for that? Or is it more different team? He's got totally different personnel at Murray State and you have to prepare a different way.
All of the above. You try to prepare for everything, but, you can't chase too many ghosts. You really just have to worry about, your football team and your, following your scheme's rules and then be able to make adjustments, throughout the game.
A couple of coaches, we've talked about special teams. So I want to get your thought on that. Obviously, the weather's a little different right now than it would be the beginning of a traditional season. How have you all worked with special teams and just to get ready? Because obviously it could a kick or a punt here could be the difference maker, especially if maybe the offenses aren't where they're used to be normally.
Yeah, that's that is very difficult. We've had a lot of conversations about that. I think the most difficult part about that is you still got to test one more time this week. You still don't understand. You won't know who's out right until maybe Saturday, and you probably you didn't get as many reps as you would have liked for that second, third team guy on the special team units like you did on offense or defense. So that's certainly a challenge. And then, like I said, I don't really think our kickers didn't kick outside, like I said, for 8 days. So you hope you can overcome it and play through it, but this is you have to manage these games probably, in my mind, differently than you do a normal fall season. And so maybe you go for it more on fourth down, maybe you fake a punt more, maybe you just fair catch everything. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it that you've got to kind of beat the game, as we say, but maybe it's just different in the spring. Those things certainly cross my mind on a daily basis.
Coach Hood's answer to this was he just didn't know. He didn't know But if you had your thought, would this be more of an offensive contest or maybe more of a defensive contest on Sunday?
Good question. I really don't know. Because all it takes on defense, right, is you get out of gap, you blow a coverage, you don't get lined up right, all those things, and all of a sudden, it's big plays are getting made. So I wouldn't have any idea. We're relatively young on defense. We got a lot of new faces, but that doesn't mean there's not days we don't go out and practice against our defense and false starts or penalties. So if those things bite you, then the defense certainly does have the advantage.
Well, Coach, that's all the questions we have for you this morning. So best of luck to your team on Sunday, and thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, guys.